a bit faster. Look at this. You're just not going to want people climbing on the headgear. To be fair, if you were about, I would be up there filming it, having a look.
Like I said, you know, I'm here 24/7.
Yeah. Well, very nice security people, to be fair. Like, I don't know how well this is going to be coming up on camera. I don't know how close I'm going to be able to get. Security people, very nice. Good security dogs, 3 of them. They're probably still going to buy me, regardless. But they must be planning to keep these buildings, because all these big windows have been re-bricked up with new bricks. So if you were coming down, you wouldn't go through the effort and cost of doing that. These, I wanted to have a look at these anyway, because of areas. I think what's gone on is they've had essentially built a big dam around the outside with stuff, and then the finishing process, all this shale and bits of shite, they were doing something to claim more coal out of it. I've read about some sort of water process, and then they'd have been firing that final mix into the middle of the banked up area where it would sit, the water would drain away, and then you end up with this. But they've put too much in, or the side wall hasn't been sufficient enough to hold it all back. One of these has bust out on a massive landslide, closed train tracks down for, I'll try to add a picture in fact, because the damage it caused to the train tracks is mad. Think something like this could create a landslide, but if you know your mining history, like quite a few mining accidents have happened because of these spoil piles. Like there was that school down in Wales where one come down a full hillside and flattened the school, like with a lot of people in it. I believe a lot of people died in that one. Nobody died in this one, but it did cost a lot to sort out. I'm not actually sure where the train tracks are. I don't know if the train tracks are over the back here or over the back there, but I know that when I read what these are definitely what's... There we go, black gold. Obviously this stuff as well is going to be a chock-a-block with fossils. I presume I'm going to find one now while I'm here. Maybe not in the middle bit, because like I said, some sort of process I don't fully understand went on with that middle bit. These edge banking bits looks a little bit rougher, a little bit thingy, like how you get all these bits of stone and the bigger bits of coal in that final process. What they pour in there, look, it's just all small little tiny bits. So all these hills on spoil piles, that's a spoil pile, it's just got grass over the top. So they're going to be the old ones. These are probably going to be more recent. This colliery didn't actually shut until very, very recently, which I'm surprised at, because I thought all coal mines had closed in the UK a long time ago. I'm not going to find no Burnley bobbers in this because you don't get them here, but there should be marine balls or parts of marine balls, so we would still get the fossils. Like, not a chance you're going to have a coal mine and no fossils going with it. Definitely are. To be fair, the coal still feels reasonable quality. That's stronger than I thought it were going to be. I might have to dig, but let's see what the water's done first. Get down in these cracks where the water's already done a lot of the job. There's no point me digging, you know what I mean? Like, imagine how long it'd take me to dig that. Might as well have a look in this bit what the water's already dug out for me. Let's see. Brenda Lee. Don't even know who Brenda Lee is. obviously this is what's going to be coming out. None of this looks marine bally. Like the coal everywhere. I presume all this stone. Like, why is it red? I've never seen a marine ball have any colour with it. And down in a coal mine I've not seen that sandstony type stone either. Just give me a little minute to look up here. Shale, we recognise shale, we recognise coal. Oh, hang on. I already feel like I'm definitely going to find some sort of fossil here. These don't look marine bally. I know I'm not going to get the bobbers, because you only find the bobbers back in Burnley and in China. Not read anything about them here. Oh yeah, to be fair, I suppose here where I am, in Hatfield. I think, I'm not too sure if the colliery was called Hatfield Colliery or the colliery was called something different, but geographically we're in Hatfield. Asbestos pen. I still can't see nothing what I'd expect to find a fossil in, but this stone is new to me. Bang. Oh, something could have just broke that with that pattern. I don't know if there's going to be a different pile somewhere on the side where the stuff's going to be less refined than this. I've said a lot of this is waste. Like the stuff in this banking has to just be like this purely because it is the banking. I don't know if I go up there and dig. There's that much coal in this. This has definitely not gone through that final refining process. These look very nodular, so if they're coming out the nodular type stuff, I have to break some of them open. Nice. Some shades if that sun comes back out. I'm still going to have to take this under my eye a little bit and dig around in this stuff as much as I want, because the security from down there, they can't see me, and there's no cameras scattered about. Asbestos. Like, where am I going to say that's coming from? That looks a bit marine bally. It also looks a bit cementy. I want that badge. The asbestos, so I'm not too sure. Do you know what, it's probably a fly. No, it's not a fly tip, because you won't. That's a go. Stick it out back at side, drive over it a few times, and it's got kind of scenario, I think. See, that's what I mean. Look at these oil piles straight away. And there's some. Big lumps of coal in there. If I can't find a fossil here, I'm going to be very disappointed. Oh, look at that, bang. So the red stuff does look marine bally. See, obviously these oil piles not as safe as they look. It's the most marine bally looking thing I've found. It's not as big as I thought. See, that was a Carlton brick. I can't think of what else off the top of my head. Look. This one's definitely come down from deep. That's like an old riverbed or something. And it dries out, you get cracks in it. You only see cracks in dry riverbed. And something else comes along and fills the gaps in. Then over millions of years, I presume millions of years, definitely tens of thousands, it does that. That looks like a quartz. I'll just smash that one open because I need a tool. You have to bear with me a little minute on this one. I keep stopping and starting. I'm not actually sure how much this one I'm going to be able to film. Obviously the dream is to get over here into the old colliery site. I've seen the wheels, I've seen the things, and I want to go over a look. After having a chat with security and seeing these 3 guard dogs, oh, do you know what? That's one of the dogs dealt with. You have to see the dogs, like, do you know what I mean, climbing in while security's back's turned. It's not going to be the best plan in this situation. Big lumps of coal though. At the very least, I can satisfy myself digging around in these spoil piles. I feel like I will definitely find something in there. I just don't want to be looking through the refined stuff. I mean, it looks like they're still actively doing this. Just telling you how dangerous these spoil piles are, then I'm running up and down it. Carlton, Maine. Sort of a brick was a Carlton. Slipping all over the place. Nice. I'll try to stick the camera in there. all you're just going to be able to see in there then. Very impressed with that red brickwork, to be fair. Still walking over tons and tons of coal. Oh, that looks like one at creaking posts, one at singing posts, and down in mine. Obviously, all the ones we see back home are that rotted and that thingy. Like, do you know what I mean? To be fair, this could just be like a post for a tree or something out here. But condition it's in. Is that some coal stuck in it? You know what I mean? So that's 100%. I suppose it could have been a bank roof one, or I think that was a singing post. Me, and building we're going to come down. Building. I suppose you don't call it building, but there has to be some sort of old. Climbing's not a problem, but security guard. To be fair, we were alright guy, big guy as well. Oh, so I already know this fence is going to go around this full little bit now, and I'm not going to be able to get in there without either making your man mad, or having a dog. To be fair, they're not the biggest headgear in the world, so I'm not actually certain. I would have to, done with this one like I do with a lot of things, see them or turn up at them, and I'll do the learning now while I'm here. I would have thought, with how high they are, the shafts are not the deepest in the world. Now, oh, do you know what, I could be wrong on that, because Banco back in Burnley, the headgear was smaller than that, and we had one of the biggest shafts in the country. So the size of that headgear over the hole must not always be a factor. Wow. That one's just come up. Just looks like, to be fair, most of the other little nodular type ones in the area, but that is 100% a fossil. Now I don't know of what, possibly some sort of plant, depends which time period we're coming from. Like I said, until I know how deep this mine is, I won't actually know what period the fossils are, but that's one. So the fossils are definitely that. It's going to come down there, deep down, hope to come out, just run spoil pile over there. So now we know where the fossils are, we should be able to find some more for you. There, that other bit of footage should be too long away, like I don't know how to string this together in edit, but what we're mentioning around there on that rock where the riverbed dries out, boom, that's exactly what I mean. That dries out, then something else will come across, whether it be water, finger. I don't know what geological process went on back in the day. I can't think of anything else except water would fill it up. But over time, because that's now got that pattern, and them cracks has been filled in with a different, let's call it base material, like fast forward a couple of 100,000 years or a couple of million years, and you get that stuff where, do you know what I mean, it looked like a pebble, but all your things are filled in. They actually look really nice, cut and polished. It's not one close about what I could. Oh, there's them security with a dog. Do you know what? I'm sure that's one of them mad security style dogs as well. Yeah. To be fair, look at the size of his arms, he doesn't need a dog. Oh, the dog speaks Polish. Nice. Devigo! Does he know Devigo? Does he know it?
Don't say a stupid question because you can be surprised.
Yeah. My Polish friend learnt me some useful words.
Everything
Yeah, everything's fine, mate. Just have a look at. With what?
I've got some spiders in my room.
Some spiders? Actual spiders? What do you mean, like tarantulas?
Looks like normal, you know.
What, fossilised or alive? Alive?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now we'll be swerving that. Don't like spiders. I'd rather stroke your guard dog. Let me just turn this camera off a minute. Look at this already, look. Yeah, I forgot. They've obviously got the ball cameras up on the corners. Well, to be fair, I had a chat with him before I come for a walk outside, so they were always going to come and have a little look. To be fair, I probably shouldn't have told the attack dog to attack. My Polish mate learnt me some Polish words. I can't remember back off or calm down. I can just remember Javago, and that's attack. Stair foot brick. I've had a few of them full. Oh, nice. We can get close to the escalators if we can't get on the headgear. I don't know why I'm pointing that ball camera out. It's bloody been all smashed off. So I don't know what cameras he was talking about. There's a very good chance he's pulling my leg a little bit. I try to ring my Polish mate, find out what down boy is. I mean, so they was, you'd have to jump online. Don't want to get any of the information wrong, but I'm sure it's only closed in like the last 10 years or something, this place, or maybe a tickle over. It was still producing coal till quite late, I believe. The company who owned it originally stopped production, and then possibly the people in the town or village, wherever we are, have like bought it or took over its upkeep. Something's gone on, and they've tried to carry on producing coal. I don't know what's up with their plans. To be honest, it might have been the landslide I was on about earlier. I still have to work out where the train tracks are. Oh, he hasn't even got the dog now, he's let the dog off. Oh, this is actually going to be the first conveyor I've seen on a coal mine. Like most of these conveyors, especially back up our way in Burnley, like we're underground. Like there's one of these went from Bank Hall all the way back to Hatfield Colliery. So like imagine one of them going underground from Bank Hall to Reedley. Like if you know the town, that's quite a distance that. I'm going to still go and look for fossils, because that's my interest, that's what I want to do. It's looking like climbing up this headgear isn't going to happen, or getting in that building isn't going to happen on this trip. We would have to possibly bring something back for the dog, maybe bring something back from the guard. I could just stick an ad on, to be fair, and pretend I work here. That's a mining shovel. Not for that, just for off the floor. Warmth. Over you go. but that's definitely been used when it were an open site. Like I said though, with it only shutting 15-20 years ago maximum, a lot of the tools and stuff will be new. Oh. This is the bit I want to go on. This is obviously where they were working when the sites. Oh, that's not never going to be in a haulage chain. Too flimsy. Obviously, this structure would have moved throughout time over the site. It would have been set up on the other site where I first come on, because I don't know if you watched the gold programmes. Barkish Neighbours got one of these, but like it's a mobile one, so you literally just fire all the spoil on here. It goes up, drops on, lands on, goes across there, drops off, boom, forget about it. And it still all does. It looks very fine already, so I don't know if it's already been worked at this point. Let's have a look at some of the stuff on it. You know, it's a very clean conveyor. I'm going to say it's already been worked a little bit. Must have been. I feel like I can get on this, which I will do, but I've got two guards looking at me now, so I'll just leave that for a little minute. I haven't even had a look on older West maps. I feel like most of the infrastructure will still be visible now with my eyes. Like even that, look at the rubber conveyor, that's probably like a, I don't know, do the maths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's probably like 10, 11 tonne of rubber up there, just in the conveyor. I believe what they do with them sometimes, take it down, send it to another country where like mining still goes on. I feel like I'm friends with security now. I'm convinced if I go in there, he's not going to set the dog on me maliciously. Just be a case of a little bit flimsy. Does a dog bump into me before he does? Look, this is where they're going to struggle. Like the asbestos thing. Like, I don't know how much you know about removing asbestos. Obviously it's dangerous. Like, I don't even think this is the dangerous one, but correct me if I'm wrong. Like, brown asbestos is the dangerous one. Don't get me wrong, this is still asbestos. And the last thing you want to be doing, especially when it breaks or goes into dust, is breathing that stuff in. Because I know it don't look like it, it's in big pieces like that, but microscopically, this stuff, you can breathe it in, you can't breathe it back out. If you look at it under a microscope, it looks like loads of fishing hooks all tied and twisted together. Like, it's not surprising you can't breathe it back out. But see, it intrigues me what that one said. Yeah, the asbestos, very, very dangerous stuff. But with it being very dangerous stuff, like fast forward now, nobody wants it. Oh, I can see down underground. Yeah, nobody wants that anymore, and with the dangers associated with it, the cost at removing that stuff is astronomical. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, like, you go try to take a bit of that tip, see how you get on. Let's have a little look down here before I lose my track of thought again. It's the only thing when I'm in a place like this, like, it's harder than you think to make videos. Like, it's alright walking around, filming and talking, but when you keep seeing things what massively interest you, see, this is all. Why would you have had conveyors down here underground when you've also got it above ground? It seems, I don't know, a bit over the top, that. I thought that were an old bottle then. Yes, I find that a bit strange, why you'd have it underground as long as above ground. Let me just have a want to know where the landslide were. I still find it slightly fascinating in that. Oh, there's a train coming, so the train tracks are here. All this, or possibly one of them big ones up there, because look, that big hill and that big hill, it's just spoil piles like this. It's just had longer to leave, so a thin layer of grass has come up over it. Like, and with there being concrete here, I don't know, would this have blown out? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, there's the 4 tracks. Dude, to be fair, you can see it a little bit now. Going a bit fast, usually get a wave back. Like, imagine, that couldn't have been this bit because they've got all that infrastructure there, so 1,000,000% must have been that bit down there. I'll have a little walk down and see if we can't see a bit of something. Yeah, but I suppose this is a good place to demonstrate it. Like, imagine that bank there and however many millions of tons of stuff you've got behind it, especially in a big hill like that, especially when it's wet. You could just imagine it going bang, slipping out, but it didn't just like bust out and cover the tracks. Like, I'll tell you, I had a picture. When I seen it like the full thing had just gone bang and slid the full land, and it had buckled all the tracks. Like, all 4 tracks, all that train track had to be closed down. I presume it has to be that bit over there. I am going to go over there and have a look at the landslip, see if we can't see some sort of signs of it before we get off. But because it looks like we're not getting in there, and I want a little bit of a look at some sort of engineering or infrastructure, I'm going to see how we get along climbing up on this bit. I'm guessing we might get the guard back with the dog telling us to get off. Right. Cool shoes. Feeder. Do you know what? Rubber's heavier than I thought it was, so when I just said 10 ton, it's probably closer to 20. Oh, security's up with dog. Walking around. Very, very active security. I don't know if that's just because they've seen me or whether they're like that all the time. He did say they're here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Ah, do you know what? You don't even need to walk down there for the landslide. Like, you can see the dirt, the new dirt, and where they've like side clinking it to the side a little bit. 1,000,000% one of them bankings must have just gone bosh and washed out, buckled all that track. I've definitely had you some sort of picture so you don't just have to imagine it. You can actually see it with your actual eyes. Oh, we're getting closer up into the bones of it now. See, I'm already nearly higher than the head wheels. Headgear, head wheels, headgear. Just look. Might look like a solid steel floor. That doesn't always mean it is. Like, I am pretty high here. I feel a bit silly falling through the floor. I also don't want to leave without a proper look. Again, that's another thing what shows the age of the coal mine, I suppose. Because to have all these escalators, travelators, conveyors, get there in the end. Do you know what I mean? You didn't have that on the old ones. You used tram lines, tramways, tram lines. Go up that way down here, the conveyor. actually pretty high up. That's even that little curved asbestos roof. Like, why you won't just throw a bit, as if that were cheaper than wood. Like, that's another thing what's a bit mad. Security back on the start, high-vis jacket, security back there walking around, and the other one were down there. Why have they all put the yellow jackets on as well now? They didn't have the yellow jackets on when I first got here. Get out. See, do you know what I mean? Even though I like machines, I like machinery, I like coal, like I like a lot of the stuff what's here, I think the older mines are better than some of the newer ones. Made in England, Reynolds. Crofts. I like that. Cinders and hinges. This is what's fallen off the conveyor belt, so this is obviously the only product they were sending up these conveyors. Just the coal. So it has to have already gone through some sort of process before this, because none of that stone's in it, none of the bits where you'd expect to find the fossils are in it. Get some coal going down conveyor again, because it's not going to have done that for many, many years, and soon it'll be gone. Like, to be fair, it looks like they might have already knocked down quite a bit of the site. I'd have to have a look on some of the older pictures, but I suppose, bloody hell, there's a good chance what anything that's still stood, the intention is for it still to be stood, because I feel like they'd have possibly cut the other bits out. I don't scare easy. Just after seeing the condition of some of the metalwork, to be fair though, this is solid, this. It just, I don't know if nervous is the right word. Like, no, yeah, nervous is the right word. Scared is too strong of a word. Nervous. Yeah, do you know what? Scared might fit. See? That's... that's definitely some sort of metal. Something like that. To that one. how much weight there must be in this structure. Got to be quite a bit. I'm easily amused. Yeah. It's a shame I'm not going to be able to get you in them buildings. Like, don't get me wrong, I can 100% get in there. I just don't fancy getting bitten off the dog. That must have been one of them, but it's been filled up for some reason. Like, do you know what I mean? All this bit, did that have buildings on it? Or was that just something to do with the storage process? Like, Mother Nature hasn't laid that down. That has to be the shale water they've thrown down themselves. So if that's the case, these little nodules in it, are we going to get fossils? Like that other bit what the fossil come off was a very small, you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to take a few different sizes. Ooh, what have we got here? I need a bit of water or something to clean this one up. I'm going to have to take a few different size nodules from here, break them open with a proper tool and see. Right, what's Summit or Tone, T-O-N-E. Is it an N? Billetone, Gilletone, I don't know. I'll have to find another one of them. Feels very sandstone. Stick a few of these in the bag, break them open with a bit of tool. And bigger ones don't seem much cop. I think there'd be more chance in than smaller ones. I am going to keep looking. I want more fossils. I know there will be millions of fossils here. You just need to learn what's what. It's clearly coal. So fine like that. This might have been the stuff what they were pouring into the pools, but bust out and caused a massive landslide over there. Like, I don't know, has a bit gone in the end when they've thrown the pipe off, or is that what was flowing through the pipes? I suppose it could have been either or. This one. yeah, so that must have been flowing through the patch. Imagine the pressure of that to get that flowing. I mean, if you had a little fire and you wanted coal to burn, you wouldn't go far wrong in a place like this. There's still tons and tons and tons of it. That stuff there has to be the most, do you know what I mean, that's been worked more than anything else on here. And you can tell that purely because of how fine it is. There's so much metal in it. I need to find a fossil from I've got some out of the harder stone, some out of the stuff that looks like it's been massively worked. This has to still all be spoiled as well because there's coal everywhere. Like, you can't see it at first just because it's weathered a little bit. Once rain comes down over it, it turns it all the same colour, but it's absolutely full of coal. So if it's full of coal, it should also be full of fossils. What's this? Nice. There's got to be a bit of jam tracked in with that, surely. Yeah, although we've got a fossil off the surface, I want to pull one out of mud or find one in a nice. Find a bigger stone to smack it on. What's going on here? I hope it's same as up our way and you get it in these nodules, you get fossils in the nodules. Got quite a few tester ones now to break open and see. Just haven't got a sufficient tool to do it with me. I feel like I want to say that one's scratch marks. Got to be a tile or something, that one, surely. So I'm going to have to go in bag. why I'm thinking put that one in the bag. That's coal. But that's what I mean, like I know you get fossils. Imagine that's the top of the coal seam there. You do get fossils snug to the top of the coal seam or snug to the bottom. That's where your marine balls fall. So I'd be inclined to think that is also some sort of fossilised, possibly tree bark, or I don't know, I'd have to have a proper look at that. I do apologise, I can't show you in these buildings. I'm going to have to come back with the boys maybe, if we want to get in and have a proper look. Purely because we can use Kipper as a dog distraction while me and Bruce get some footage. And dogs are going sick again. Can someone tell me what type of dogs they are? Apart from killer attack dogs, it's that, oh, they're proper good guard dogs. Like most people think German Shepherds. These Belgian, I think they're, oh, I can't remember what they're called. Very noisy little buggers though. Looks like a relatively new rubble. I loitered back near the site, hoping the security would come back out, get the guard to take the camera in, but I don't know, they've just not come back out this time. I'll be happy we're not going to cause no damage. Come on, there's got to be one old brick in all this pile, surely. She fits, wear it.